Now, I have what's known as one of the best tricks to a magician and one of the worst tricks to a magician. And I don't mean that as in all of them like them, all of them hate them. I mean that as in one is the easiest and one is one of the hardest. But the easiest is something that almost every magician knows, and the hardest is something that every magician strives to do. Now, I am going to call on people, only a few, because we need to come up with a card, a very special card. So, I can only see very limited people because my eyes are not normal. So you, sitting directly in front of me, like 4 or 5 rows back. Yes, you. There are 52 playing cards in a standard deck of cards, not including the jokers or the adverts. Unfortunately, somebody just sat directly in front of you, but that's fine. We have red cards and we have black cards. Which one would you like, red or black? Red, perfect. Thank you for saying it loud enough so that I can actually hear. So we have red cards, and I don't want you to think that I'm changing anybody's answers, like, oh, you said red, we'll get rid of those, we'll use black. No, we are only using what you said. You said red. I want you to call on anybody else that you like, and make sure you describe kind of what they're wearing so that they know that you're calling on them. Go ahead, stand up for a moment, and just call on anybody random. That's a lot of people in here. So once you know who you are, please stand up. Now, we have 2 red cards. We have hearts and we have diamonds. Hearts, perfect. Call on anybody else? Just keep going back, I guess. Make sure everybody's involved. I meant to bring a beach ball that I forgot for FWA, and clearly I forgot for this time. So we have hearts, that is correct. We have odd cards and we have even cards. Which one would you like? Even cards, perfect. Go ahead, stand up, call on anybody else. And with the even cards, I believe you said, correct me if I'm wrong, with the even cards, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and queen. Which one would you like? Somebody with gusto in their voice would be nice. Queen? So the Queen of Hearts. Perfect. So this will stay here because this is the easiest one, and I'm sure everybody wants to see the hardest one first. But I think this one's the most impressive. So you with the pink sweatshirt, you did kind of help out my friend, so I would like to ask you, with this deck there are 52 cards, and they are all blank, except for one card. I want you to tell me how far down you think that one card is, between 1 and 52.
21.
21. Is there any particular reason why you said 21?
I'm 21.
That's fair, and I am 22. That is my excuse for anything I do in life. So here we have one card. Thank you for not choosing 52. That would take forever. 2 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nothing yet. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The 21st card is under this card. 21. The only card. Now, of course, that's not everything, because I still have this packet over here. So we'll get to this. Remind me again. It was the Queen of Hearts, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you stay in there, please? Thank you. The Queen of Hearts. Now, of course, I want you to realize that this is, in fact, a full deck, and that is not the Queen of Hearts, but the Queen of Diamonds. And if I go through the cards, you can see that they are all facing the same way, except for one card. Now, I've done it this way because obviously I know what the card is, and it builds up suspense, which is something that I'm very bad at doing. One last time, the Queen of Hearts. Now, that is kind of what's known as a mentalism effect, which is something that I've been trying to get myself into, but a lot of people like to see magic, like big stage shows. I don't have a big stage show, and when I did, that was one of the worst performances of my life. Only because I was super unprepared, I didn't know what I was getting into, but I was happy that Megaplex was my first stage show that I've ever had. So I'm gonna change one little thing about this deck. Now you guys saw the one card. You know kind of roughly where it is, but if I mess around with the cards, you'll see that it could have, in theory, had changed places. But I want you guys to be well aware that the fact that I'm not doing anything strange with the cards. I want you to know that they were in your sight the whole time. But I did change something. And I changed the card into 3 cards. These 3 cards will help me figure out something special. Let's see if I can do this without messing up. This is one of my favorite tricks that I've ever seen, and one of my favorite ones that I've ever performed, but it's always nerve-wracking. Because what happens if it's not the right card? Luckily though, this one is. And I'm sure it's a little hard to see on the camera. I got this. Modern technology meet modern technology. Upside down. Well, clearly, you didn't say it loud enough.
I'm sorry.
Someone with gusto. Anyway.
You know I don't have that. I get stupidity instead.
Oh. All right. Well, we're supposed to have traveled back into the 80s. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but I am not from the 80s. But I do happen to like 80s things. Like, I have this Rubik's Cube, that one, all the ones that are currently in the audience. But most importantly, I have this one. Right here. Now this one is not so different from all the other ones. The only thing different about it is the fact that this one turns a lot better than the other ones, which is why I'm using it now. So, somebody in the second row, if you do not currently have a cube and would like to scramble one up for me real quick, raise your hand. Nobody in the second row. Would you like one? Go ahead and mix that up for me real quick. And if you don't mind, actually, you know what, not here. Yeah. I'm so sorry you had to move it because that's like the only thing that requires like a photo shot. So I'm sorry, you're gonna have to move it back. I'm so sorry. I am a professional. Well, I haven't gotten paid yet, but like I could, okay? So is that exactly where you would like to be? Sure. Good enough for me. Would you like to do it more? I can move on to something else if you would like. Perfect. So this cube, I'm going to move it into the line of sight of the camera. Because I'm sure everybody can see a whole bunch of blurriness back there. Maybe your eyes are better than mine, but so here we have this cube, and I will place it into the bag. How well can everybody hear me back there? Because I just realized I don't have a microphone. A little bit. How is this any better? A little bit better. I have my own like wireless mic system, but I don't think it's loud enough to go all the way back there, so I'm not going to deal with it right now in the middle of my show. But your cube, you mixed up completely. So, yeah. It is solved. I checked it myself. What, you want me to scramble it up? Here, I'll scramble it up again. See? Scramble it again. In seconds. No, nobody, okay, here, I'll put it back. I'll solve it this time for real. Nothing but a wave with my hand. I don't have any solved cubes nearby. I have that one, but that looks completely different. You know what? Here, I'll just do it for real. Okay, we'll have the solved cube come out. Nothing else in the bag. Not. Nothing.
Nothing out of the bag.
But this is the cube that you scrambled, right? And you stop whenever you like. What if I could tell you that I knew exactly what you were going to scramble it into?
I believe you.
I'm glad. Not many people would. But as you can see, I have a new tattoo by the cellophane wrap. It might be hard to see, but you might see the light reflecting off it in the back. And it might be a little blurry because of the cellophane wrap. But you can see that it actually matches. What? Almost got it. So your cube, you scrambled, solved, and set. Oh. And for any of you asking, yes, I have 20 trillion of these at home. No, I am not on TikTok making amazing cube art. I am not that good, nor do I have that time.
No, you're on TikTok making it.
I only can't sleep at night, but I have to rest somehow. Let's see, what else do I have? I have many things that I can do, many things that I want to do, many things that I have no idea what I'm doing. I am going to need 2 brave volunteers. You're gonna hate me in a second. Do you have a partner you're here with?
Sadly, no.
Sorry. Unfortunately, I can't use anybody in a fursuit. You do look like you have a partial though, so it might work. So if you would like to come up here with your partner. Oh. Excuse me, I'm putting a chair right where you're standing. I'm not that type of guy. You're not sitting down yet. Don't get ahead of yourself. Here, I have a completely normal deck of cards. You want to know how I know it's normal? I bought it from CVS 3 days ago. It only came with like 53 cards, but you know, people at CVS are mean. I'm going to say something else, but. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide through the cards, or ripple through the cards, and I want you to say stop whenever you would like. And I will in fact stop wherever you want. So go ahead whenever you like. Right there. Are you certain? Positive. So we're actually going to use the 2 bottom cards. It's a little weird compared to the way that it's normally done, but this is how I like to do it. It's an easy way of getting 2 cards that can be seen. Here I have a Sharpie. Again, I didn't think this through. You'll make squiggles, you'll be fine. So untap the Sharpie for me. For the sake of the camera, the 6 of spades, 4 of diamonds. I'll do it this way, maybe a little easier to see. So I want you to sign this half of the 6 of spades, wherever you like. And we'll flip it around and you can sign the other side as well. So I guess we do have a choice. If you would like them to sign your card for you, you can. Or, don't worry, hide it from the camera, they won't know. Sign this part of the 4 diamonds. And this side. Perfect. Cap. Difficult, I know. This will actually go back into my pocket. So here we have. I will leave that over there because I don't need it. You have your 4 of diamonds on one side and your 6 of spades on the other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what nobody has ever done before. And rip a card. This makes it even more unique because not only does it have both of your signatures on both sides, it is now ripped in only one particular way for both of you. Now, how amazing would it be if this is the only reason why I brought you up here? Just to give you 2 ripped cards. I'm glad you don't care. That nobody back there would be impressed at all. That's right. So we have the 4 diamonds, 6 of spades on one side, and the 4 diamonds, 6 of spades on the other side. Now, can you hold out both of your hands flat and face the audience for me? The camera might not be able to pick this up and how close we are. So we'll scoot back a little bit. I'm going to move this onto the floor and I will pick it up quicker. So your 6 of spades will go into your right hand. Place your left hand on top and just keep it just like that. Yours will go there, place your other hand on this. Now, we're going to try this. I want you guys to close your eyes. You won't know if they're cheating. Anyway. So, I'm going to tell you a story. I moved these chairs out here for a reason, and I'm not even using them, so I'm just going to move them back. So we're going to try this. I'm going to tell you a story. And how long have you guys been together? The person not in the first, do you know?
Since February.
Since February. So not a very strong connection. So this might not work. Okay. No, don't worry. We'll do this. So you have to remember maybe the first time you've laid eyes on each other. Because a lot of people don't believe at love at first sight. I'm not saying that this is, but I'm saying that it could happen to anyone. So I want you to remember anything that you might feel. Where you feel it, how many of it you feel. And we're going to try this. I'm not sure how well it will work. We're going to try this. I want you to imagine you're walking back in through your front door, maybe after the first date that you guys had. You walk over and you look into the mirror, and you could potentially see maybe something that they might have left on you. I'm not saying like anything or anything like that. I'm not saying that like your first date was anything big. It could have been maybe like a hair that had fallen off, or anything like that. Maybe a stain from the chili dog that the other person had that spilled onto your shirt because of how close they were to you. I'm going to try this, and it may not exactly work. But if it does, then with the card, it lights. Now, with just your left hand, did you feel something? With just your left hand, raise it up if you felt something. You can place your hand down. Thank you. Now, using your left hand, it might be a little difficult for you. Again, didn't think this through, but using your left hand, signify what you felt. Like how many of what you felt. What's more, your hand need to know. It might look a little awkward because I decided to use the left hand, so I'm going to stick with the left hand. Using your left hand, point to what shoulder you felt in touch. Perfect. We're going to try this. And hopefully it will work. Go ahead and move your left hand off your card. You may open up your eyes. And I will help you with this because you have pause.
Oh, so sweet.
I'm not
Because
that
of what
boring.
you're doing, I'm just like when I close my eyes, it's like automatically goes straight.
That's very good. What you need to do is open up your card. And you can see you may keep these. You may go back to your seats. And anybody who has any doubt can come bombard you after the show. They're all gonna want pictures. You guys were the magic ones.
It's kind of an L shape, but whatever.
So this could belong to you guys, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I have another one over here if you want it back.
Why do you have so many of them?
Oh, I get them out. That's why there's so many.
Nobody in the back got any. Got it. Ugh.
Listen, I was the only one.
That's fine. Here I have some spots. Where would you like it to go? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 1. So in this top corner right here. Just like that. And you know what? You already came up here once. I'll come back to you. Now where would you like it? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
5.
5. So this one right here.
Yep.
of hands, how many people actually went up so far and did the note cards into the box? A lot more people than I thought. Perfect. Then this might work well. We'll do this first because I don't want anybody to see anything. Here, I have stuff in my way, but it's my stuff, so it's my fault. I lost the third one. Where did the third one go?
Oh, 1, 2, 4.
Oh, it's stuck under the tube. Magic, yeah! I appreciate it. God, come on, homies, a slightly higher standard. Now, I have these cards. I'm going to angle this back towards my face. And now the people in the back. Too high. And now the people in the back can actually hear me if they haven't already moved closer. I have one bag. Sesame Street, guys. 2 bags. 3 bags. 4 bags. 5 bags. 6 bags. I have so many bags.
There's one on the ground too, but it's empty.
I counted that one, thank you.
Oh, okay.
I have so many more back here, but these are backups. In case I ruin these ones like I did the other ones.
You got a thread there.
I might. Now, nobody's going to believe me, but there is something in these bags. There is, in fact, a wooden block. Nothing fancy about the wooden block, but the fact that there is a hole drilled directly through it. That's what makes this block so fancy. But the reason for that is because I needed something to go through the hole. Y'all are immature. And that item is this little guy. Okay, maybe not little for you guys, but you know. Now, you can see through the hole, you can see that it is a solid block, solid nail, and it can in fact go through the bag. I would like you to also notice that the nail is in fact slightly larger than the bag. So I can't just lie it down, especially with the wood. Now, if I were to ask you guys where the nail was, you would know where it was. In bag number 1. But it could be at bag number 2. Or possibly, close, bag number 3. And lastly, in bag number 4. Now, with me mixing these up behind me, nobody knows where it is. I mean, I might know, but where's the fun in that? But lastly, I'm not going to be the last one to touch these. Somebody else is. Sorry, I'm not entertaining enough. That's fine. I'd rather go to the poker tournament anyway, but I have obligations. That's the one thing I was upset at, the fact that it was at 4:30. I'm like, so many people are going to be at the poker tourney. I want to be at the poker tourney. But oh well. How many of you people don't trust me with this? I'm not going to use any of you people. Because I need somebody that I can trust. Is that a pink hoodie or a sweatshirt? Second row. King Hoodie, may I have you come up here?
Sure.
Thank you. Round of applause for these people. Sorry, I forgot to do it for you guys. Now, just in front of the table, I want you to mix these 4 bags up however you like.
Sure.
And I don't want you to think that I'm cheating. I'll try not to drop them. In fact, I'm going to stand in front of the camera so that the camera can't see it, because that would be cheating. Look how pretty my face is. I get it, I'm fine. I'm not pretty, that's why I have the mask. Anyway, you can stop whenever you like and let me know so that I can turn around and not look weird.
All right.
I can see you back there on your phone. Oh. Oh, okay. Tequila got it. That's a cute. They're doing what I wanted. I gotta stall for time because it's taking really long.
No, it's done.
Oh, you're done.
It's
Sorry, I
done.
didn't hear it.
No, you're good.
All right, so actually, lay him out right behind the card. I'm gonna move this back because I pulled him out for no reason, so they have to go back now. And you may go back to your seat. Thank you very much for your help. Now, with these bags lined up, I'm going to have a horde of people come up to the stage. Or if you'd like, my lackeys can go pick up the cubes. But it would be a lot better for anybody who's willing to come up here, because you guys are going to get your own choice on where the cubes go in the wall. So if you have a cube, I would like you to please come up, lie behind the cameraman. Do not bump him over. Thank you very much, by the way. Well, you're first, I guess, so. Go ahead, come right up here. Come right up here. Where would you like it? This way? That- Right in there? Perfect. You may go back to your seat. Thank you very much. Corner right there. Perfect. You may go back. Thank you. Also in the corner. We're running out of corners. There you go.
Let's make a new corner.
I can't make more corners. It's a rectangle.
Take the last corner.
The last corner, guys. We're at the corners.
Make more corners.
Right here.
Uh-oh, don't be choking on that now.
So many of you people actually tried to solve it, defeating my purpose. Right in through there. Perfect. Right in through there. Perfect. Okay, you might man. Bottom. There's you. is the last cube. It's unfortunate that you only have one spot to go. So I'm going to give you a choice. You can place it in any one of the other spots, and I will place that cube into that spot.
Take the corner.
Or you can place it in one spot. Big decisions.
The corner. We'll take the corner. It's free real estate.
The corner, okay. Oh, I'm going to my corner. This should go in right here. There we go. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everybody for coming up here with your cubes. You may go back. Thank you. I'll get back to this in a moment because I still have the dangerous part to go with. So. Now, if I just smash any bag, people would accuse me of cheating. Because that's all I do in life is cheat. At cards, not on people. Anyway. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm actually going to do this by sound of applause for the people that have stuck it out so far. Applause for bag number 1. For bag number 2. Bag number 3. Bag number 4. So it sounds like 3. Honestly, I expected the room to be dead silent for number 4. So bag number 3. How amazing would it be if, as a group effort, the nail was in bag number 3?
Yeah!
That's pretty amazing, right? Unfortunately, though, for this, I was asked to bring a first aid kit. Because this could go wrong. And if you guys are right in assuming that that the nail is in this one, that would hurt. One round of applause. Everybody's head is exploding. 2. Again, very dead silence score. Number 2, what's the next one up? You sure you guys want 2?
All sand, bro!
We have 2 left. Bag 1. And bag 4. Weird. And nobody wanted to clap for it. Only the few people that wanted to stand out and stand proud. And now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah!
You guys must really hate for if you want me to take it out. But you know what? This is the suspension moment. Okay. On the count of 3. Count of 3. Okay. 1, 2. 3 weeks ago, I had and I was this close until somebody's like, no, do the other bag. I'm like, are you sure? It doesn't matter. And they're like, no, do the other bag. You clearly don't want to do this one, but How many of you people drive here? Okay, put your hand down if you're not like a paramedic of any kind. Yeah, sort of. Okay, do you know how to treat an open wound?
My dad's a doctor, does that count?
How far away does he live?
He's currently in Alaska.
I don't think it'll work, but you know what, we can try, I guess.
My mom's a nurse.
If you guys want it back on the two, so which we have one bag left. And I know what you guys are thinking. Is he really gonna smash the last bag? No, that's a magic trick. But I know you guys are also thinking that I somehow snuck out the nail. That the nail that was in here is no longer in here. And that I'm a cheat. What I do is I cheat the mind, not the game. Which we use. Alright. I have this big cube thing. But that's not the important part. The important part is this other bag that I haven't touched yet. Because what's in this bag is something very special. Callbacks, anyway. It's something very special. Because in this bag is a cube. I'm sure nobody saw that one. But what's also in this bag? The box. Now, the weird thing, what?
Fix the light.
Fix them. I don't want to fix the mic. People are weird.
You're a weird one.
Says who?
That's me.
Fair. Now I'm gonna need another brave volunteer. I think I saw your hand up first, not you, the one next to you. Yes, with the right ear. Stand over to the side. Now I'm going to shake this next to the mic because you can actually, maybe, you can hear them rattling. You can, that's perfect. I want you to hold just like that. Preferably in the middle, but yes, thank you. Just hold it out in front of you. Now, you can see that it's shoulder, right? Perfect. Now, I'm going to try this. And this works 1 out of every 1,000,000 times because physics can be weird. It's a lot easier with smaller items. I have rubber bands. If anybody would like to see me do this for them with a rubber band, I can after the show. But you are holding this so you can actually feel it as it happens. Ready? You may take it back. I would like it to return to me, so please don't leave it or leave with it. But you can take it back with you, show everybody around you that it is in fact legit. Now, I can do one more thing before that. But I don't know when the next panel in this room is. And when I did it at FWA, they were kind of, is it this mic? No, it's that mic. I can't do this for 2 hours, guys.
You only got an hour to go. Just rerun the old stuff.
I gotta reset up. I can't do it. But I am. That's a lot louder. Hello? I'm running out of my 5 minutes.
These are very precious minutes, please.
Oh, now it's too low. Oh. You know what? I'm just gonna speak into it like this, so that it's not super loud, it's not super quiet. Now, I am available to do magic whenever you see me. If you see me here, if you see me in a different con, come up to me. I will perform for you magic. Naughty thinkers out there, I will perform magic. You've been guarding the box this whole time, despite that not being your job. You just don't want anybody else to touch your precious box. Can you do me a favor and bring the box over here? And I don't want to touch it. So put it down. It's Velcroed on the side. Can you lift up the sides for me? The tab in the front goes up. Up, the bottom went down. Tab in the back goes out. Up. It's falling apart. No, it's not your fault. It's an old box. Perfect. Reach in there and grab any one of those that you like. Open it up and read it out.
We got Mario.
Mario. We have Mario. Which makes sense because the first game came out, what, in the 80s, probably 70s? I don't know when Nintendo came out. Thank you so much. You may go back. I now have to buy a new box. It's not your fault, I promise. It's an old box. I noticed that like something was falling apart like earlier, and I'm like, that's not gonna be good. I didn't expect it to break on stage. Behind the scenes, guys. So we have this over here. You may turn the camera. I'll move the crayons out of the way. They're markers, yes, I know. Here we have somebody who tried to solve the cube, trying to mess me up. But it's fine, because we chose Mario, was it? Mario.
Whoa, what?
Thank you all so much. You may now run away if you so please. I am local to South Florida, and I am available for hire if you would like to see me in South Florida at some point. And I am willing to accept any money you wish to throw at me now. No, I will say that if I do happen to accept any tips, because I know a couple years ago I did receive like $1, but if I do happen to receive anything, most of it's going to be going to CARE anyway. So you don't have to give it to me. If you like, you can just give it directly to the CARE Foundation. But that is all that I have. Thank you so much for being here with me.